How are you all? I hope you are fine. And today we are going to start one new lesson from geography. Okay, children? So it's very interesting lesson. So listen very carefully and attentively. Okay? So what's the topic of our lesson? Agriculture. What is the topic, my dear children? Agriculture. So we are going to see about agriculture in today's video. Okay? So let's start. Okay. So the transformation from a plant to a finished product involves three types of economic activities: primary, secondary and tertiary. So from a plant to a product, okay, from a plant to we are getting like a product, like we are growing a crop, and from that we are getting on yield. Okay, so from a plant to the final product, in this transformation there are three types of economic activities. How many types of activity? Three types of activity. The first one is primary, second secondary and third tertiary. So from a plant to the product, in the transformation we have three types of activity. The first one is primary, second secondary and third tertiary. So first we are going to see about primary activities. So what are the primary activities? So it includes the extraction and the production of natural resources. So primary in the sense, the first step is like extraction and production of natural resources, producing the natural resources. Okay, like example, agriculture, fishing and gathering. So what is gathering? Growing the fruits and collecting those. Okay, so agriculture, fishing and gathering. Okay, growing fruits, vegetables and collecting those and catching fish and doing all kinds of agriculture. So these all will come under primary activity. So what is primary activity, my dear children? Extraction and production of natural resources. Understood? So are you all clear with primary activity? So it is like extraction and production of natural resources. What are the examples? Agriculture, fishing and gathering. Now we are going to see about the second activity. So in primary activity, it's like extraction and production of natural resources. So in secondary activity, it is like processing of those resources. Natural resources are there, right? We got from, by doing this primary activity, we got natural resources. In secondary activity, we'll process those resources like manufacturing of steel, baking of bread and weaving of cloth. Okay, so what is happening in the secondary activity? Processing. Okay, processing of those resources, whatever we got in primary activities. Okay, so what are the examples? Manufacturing of steel. So one natural resource we have extracted and using that we are manufacturing steel. Okay, baking of bread, wheat, something we have cultivated using primary activity. Now we are processing that resource and making that to bread. Understood, children? So processing of natural resources are called secondary activity. Okay, and last, tertiary activity. So what is tertiary activities? So it means providing support to primary and secondary activity through some services. Okay, so we are providing service or support to the primary and secondary sector. Okay, like example, transport, trade, banking, insurance and advertising. So these are the examples by like this, by providing support or by trade or banking or insurance or giving some advertisements. So like this, some services we are providing support to primary and secondary activity. Understood, my dear children? Very good. So how many activities we have? Three types of activities. What is the first one? primary activity, second one secondary activity, and third tertiary activity. So first in primary activity, extraction and production of natural resources. In secondary activity, processing of those resources. In tertiary, providing support to primary and secondary activity. Okay children. So move to the next slide. So we know agriculture is a primary. Okay, we are producing the natural resources. So agriculture is a primary activity. Okay. So favorable topography and soil and climate are vital for agriculture activity. So for doing agriculture, we need favorable condition. We need proper soil, climate, everything, so that it will be good for doing agriculture. Understood children? So first we are going to see about farm system. So farm system, agriculture or farming, okay, agriculture or farming can be looked at as a system. So we can think that as a system. Okay, agriculture or farming, we can think that as a system. Okay, so we have in this system, we have input. First we have to give some input, okay, like seed, fertilizer, machinery and labor. So we need these as input. We need seeds to do agriculture and some fertilizers to make that soil more rich, and machinery. We need machines to do agriculture, and we need labors. Yes. So these are the inputs we need. Then we need to do the operations. What are the operations involved? First plowing, then sowing, then doing irrigation, weeding, harvesting. So first we have to do plowing. Okay. With the help of plow, we have to do the plowing, then sowing and irrigation, weeding, harvesting. So these are the operations that are involved in agriculture. Okay. Then after that, finally we will get the output. The top or wool or dairy or any poultry products, we will get the final product as the output. What are the system? First, input. We need input. We need to give input. What are those? Seeds, fertilizers, machineries, labor, like that. Then we have to do the operation. We have to do the work for cultivating. Okay. And finally, we will get the output. That is the final product. Understood, my dear children? And next, you are going to the next slide. Farming. Now we are going to see about types of farming. So subsistence farming and commercial farming. So how many types we have? Two types. The first one is subsistence farming and the second one is commercial farming. Okay. So we have two types of farming, subsistence farming and commercial farming. So we are going to see about that one by one. First we will see about subsistence farming. This subsistence farming is again divided into intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence farming. Okay, we will see that one by one. So first, what is subsistence farming? This type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. So the subsistence farming means like this is mainly, this farming is did for satisfying the farmer's family needs to earn little. Okay. Intensive subsistence agriculture, that means the farmer cultivates a small plot of land using some simple tools and labor. Okay. Climate with a large number of days with sunshine and fertile soil permit growing more than one crop annually on that same plot. Okay. So here intensive subsistence agriculture means in the same area only, in the same plot only, the farmer is doing the agriculture using simple tools and some labors. Okay. In the same plot only he is doing the agriculture. Understood? But primitive subsistence agriculture means that is like not only in the same. Okay. So in primitive only we have two types. Shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. So shifting cultivation means for a particular period one plot of land is used for agriculture, and after that when that land loses its fertility they will burn that. Okay, they will burn those places and move to the next plot. Okay, like this moving. They will move from one plot to another plot. So this is known as shifting and cultivation. So this shifting cultivation is also called as slash and burn agriculture, because they are using one plot for agriculture. After what they are doing, after that soil loses that fertility, they are burning those places and then they are moving to the next place. Okay, so this is known as shifting cultivation. And one more, nomadic herding. That means this herdsman, they will move from place to place because they will grow animals. Okay, so they move from place to place in search of good plants for feeding that animals, and also for getting proper water and for making the climate good. Okay, they will move from place to place. Understood, children? So intensive, the same plot. Primitives in the sense shifting. Okay, in primitive subsistence we have two types, shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Understood, my dear children? So subsistence farming in the sense that is, that type of farming is practiced to meet only the farmer's family needs, small investment. Okay, so this is called subsistence farming, and in subsistence farming we have two types, intensive subsistence agriculture and primitive subsistence agriculture. In intensive means the farmer uses the same plot. Primitive means that plot is shifted. Okay, so in that we have two types, shifting cultivation and nomadic cultivation. Shifting cultivation is also called as slash and burn agriculture. Understood, children? So now we are going to main crops. Main crops, rice. So in intensive subsistence agriculture, the main crop is rice, and other crops are like wheat, maize, pulses and oil seeds. In shifting cultivation, maize, yam, potatoes and cassava. And nomadic herding, sheep, camel, yak and goats are mostly reared. So what they will get from these? They provide milk, meat, wool, okay, hide and other products to the herders and their family. So they grow what kind of animals? Sheep, camel, yak and goats. So from those we will get milk, meat, wool and etc. Understood, children? Okay. Then areas. For intensive subsistence agriculture, the areas are like thickly populated areas of monsoon regions of South, Southeast and East Asia. So these are the places where this type of farming is practiced. And shifting cultivation, that is practiced in the thickly forested areas. Here thickly populated area, and here thickly forested areas of Amazon basin, tropical Africa, parts of Southeast Asia and Northeast India. Understood, children? And nomadic herding, that is practiced in which areas? Semi-arid and regions of Sahara, Central Asia and some parts of India like Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, children? So that's all. So next we are moving to commercial farming. Commercial farming means here animals are grown and crops also grown for market purpose, like commercial, for like business purpose. Okay, so this large area is cultivated with large amount of capital is used. So they used to invest lot for doing this. Okay, here most of the works are done by machines and more labors are required. Okay, so that is called as commercial farming. Okay, commercial farming. Okay, so this commercial farming is again classified as commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. Repeat with me, commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. So first, commercial grain farming. So here crops are grown for commercial purpose only. Okay, so these areas are sparsely populated with large farms, like they will have large farms and like many hectares, large areas, and there only single crop is grown. Okay, single crop can be grown. So that is called commercial grain farming. Then mixed farming. So here this land is used for growing food and fodder crops and rearing livestock. So here mixed farming, they are First they are growing food and fodder crops and rearing, everything together they are doing. So this is called mixed farming. They are growing crops also, rearing animals also. So mixed type of farming. Understood children? And last, plantation and agriculture. So this type of commercial farming where a single crop, here also single crop is grown. Here we need large amount of labor and capital, more investment and more labor. The produce may be processed on the farm itself or nearby factories. So near the farm itself they will have a factory and the processing everything will be done in the same place only. Okay. Development of a transport network is thus essential for such farming. So your transport facility is compulsory and it's needed more for helping this and developing this type of agriculture. So commercial farming, that is mainly for market purpose, like more crops are grown and animals are reared for market, like business. Okay. And here large area is cultivated with large amount of money and large amount of labor, and mainly most of the works are done by machines. Okay. And we are classifying commercial farming into three types: commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. So first commercial grain farming. So crops are grown for commercial purpose. Here are like large area of hectares in that sparsely populated area. Sparsely means there and here populated. Okay. So in this single crop can be grown, and mixed farming, here this land is used for growing the crops as well as the rearing the animals. Okay. And plantation agriculture, in this large amount of labor, capital, everything is required. Here also single crop is grown, and nearby the farm, the thing is will be done in the farm or nearby the farm, one factory will be there. Okay. And transport is necessary for the development. Okay. So that's all in commercial farming. And next we are going to see what are the crops that are grown. Okay. So first in commercial grain farming, wheat and maize. Okay. And in last, plantation agriculture, tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew, rubber, banana or cotton. Okay. And areas in temperate grasslands of North America, Europe and Asia, and mixed farming, that is practiced in Europe, Eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. Plantation agriculture, that is practiced major plantations found in the tropical regions of the world, rubber in Malaysia, coffee in Brazil and tea in India and Sri Lanka. So these are the examples for plantation agriculture areas. So now we are going to see like major crops. What is main important crops? So major food crops for food purpose: wheat, rice, maize and millets. So these are the major food crops: wheat, rice, maize and millets. Wheat, rice, maize and millets. Okay. Then fiber crops, they are like jute and cotton. Jute and cotton. Okay. Then important beverage crops, tea and coffee. Tea and coffee. So first we are going to see about rice. So you all know about rice. So it's our stable diet. We will be eating rice like a stable. Okay, regularly we will be having rice. So it's a stable diet of the tropical and subtropical regions and needs high temperature. So this, for growing this rice, we need high temperature and high humidity and alluvial clay soil. So which type of soil is best for growing this rice is alluvial clay soil. Okay. And then leading producers of rice are China, India, Japan, Sri Lanka. Okay. And in Egypt. And in favorable climatic conditions like West Bengal and Bangladesh, 2 to 3 crops are grown in a year. So in these West Bengal and Bangladesh, 2 to 3 crops are grown in a year. Understood children? Okay, very good. So we will move to the next crop, that is wheat. So for wheat, only moderate temperature is enough and rainfall, moderate temperature and rainfall is enough, and bright sunshine is needed, and the places like the soil is like drained loamy soil. Drained loamy soil. Soil have to be like drained. Okay. And it's grown mainly in USA, Canada, Argentina, Russia, Ukraine, Australia and India. Okay. In India we grow that in winter. Okay children. So next we are going to see about millets. So for millets we can grow that in the less fertile sandy soil also. Less fertile soil also we can grow this, and this millets is also called as coarse grains. Coarse grains. Okay. Here low rainfall is enough and high and moderate temperature is also okay. Okay. And the places are like jowar, bajra and ragi are grown in India. Also in Nigeria, China and Niger. So jowar, bajra and ragi, these type of millets are grown in India, also in Nigeria, China and Niger. Okay. Next we are going to see about maize. So maize, that means moderate temperature is enough, moderate rainfall is enough, but needs lot of sunshine. Okay. And the soil have to be very drained, fertile, good fertile soil is needed, and that is grown mainly in North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada, India and Mexico. And next, cotton. So cotton, it needs high temperature and light rainfall. Okay, then bright sunshine is needed, and this soil type is like black and alluvial soil. Then that soil it's good, and leading producers of cotton are China, USA, India, Pakistan, Brazil and Egypt. Main raw materials for cotton textile industry. So from these countries only main raw materials for the cotton textile industries is produced. And next, jute. So jute we call that as a golden fiber. How, my dear children? Golden fiber. Okay. So soil is like alluvial soil. Okay, that is good for jute and requires high temperature, heavy rainfall and humid climate. Humid means moisture in the atmosphere, more moisture is there. Okay, in the air more moisture is there. So that is humid. Okay, humid climate, moisture. Okay, so that is grown in the tropical areas, and the leading producers of jute are India and Bangladesh. So India and Bangladesh are the leading producer of jute. Next, so coffee. So coffee that requires a warm and wet climate. Okay, so well drained loamy soil is good for this coffee cultivation, and hill slopes are more suitable for the growth of crop. Leading producers are Brazil, followed by Colombia and then India. Okay, so coffee needs warm and wet climate. And last, tea. So tea, this need cool climate. Okay, cool climate. This tea cultivation needs cool climate and distributed high rainfall throughout the year, and needs loamy soil only. And Kenya, India, China, Sri Lanka produce the best quality tea in the world. Okay children, so that's all for today's video. So thank you for listening. Okay, so and finally we have one small topic, that is agriculture development. So we are doing these kind of things and we are developing our agriculture. Okay, so we are improving the number of crops by improving irrigation facilities, by improving the use of fertilizers and improving high variety and good seeds. So these are the ultimate aim for agriculture development and to increase the food security. Okay. So thank you children, thank you for listening very patiently. So today what is the first scene? We have seen about what is agriculture. Then we have seen the type of activities involved, primary, secondary, tertiary. Then we have seen about type of farming, okay, subsistence farming and commercial farming. Under subsistence farming we have two types, intensive subsistence farming and primitive subsistence farming. In primitive subsistence farming we have again two types, shifting cultivation and nomadic herdsman. Okay, and again after in commercial farming we have three types, commercial grain farming, mixed farming and last plantation agriculture. Then we have seen about major food crops, okay, major crops, under that major food crops, then major fiber crops and major beverage crops. And we have seen about all those, about what type of soil is required, what type of climate is required, and which place is good and leading producer. So these are the things we have seen in today's video. So thank you children, have a nice day. So see this video once again, and if you have any doubts you can ask to me. And thank you children, have a nice day.